What's up, guys? So as part of this 30-day thing that I'm doing with you guys where I'm making more videos, I figured I would share some ideas from the books that I'm reading, because a lot of you guys ask me about the books that I'm reading and ask me to share those. So I figured it would be a kind of a fun thing to do in the video, in a video format. Today's book is called The True Believer by Eric Hoffer. It was written back in like 1941. And the book's about the nature of mass movements. Now, it was written back in 1951, so it's, I think I said 41, 51. So it's talking about all kinds of different stuff related to like communism and fascism and stuff like that. But it's a really interesting read. I read it years ago, and I reread it during 2020, because when I was sitting down and I was looking at what was going on in the media, I couldn't help but like just look at everything going like, everybody's crazy. And so I started reading the book, and literally I'm like, it's talking about the mechanisms that people use to do these things, to control people and get them to do stuff. And I'm like, yep, that was one. They did that one. Like, it's like a checklist. It's like playing bingo. And so it's a really good book to safeguard yourself against that, because you know what people are doing, and you can kind of see when people are using stuff against you, if that makes sense. But I wanted to share a little snippet from the I think it's the 13th chapter here, or 14th chapter, and it's about hatred. So I'll read the stuff to you and just see maybe what you think about these ideas from this book. He says, hatred is the most accessible and comprehensive of all unifying agents. He goes on to say, mass movements can rise and spread without belief in a God, but never without belief in a devil. That's a powerful one, right? You gotta have someone to hate. And then he says, when Hitler was asked whether he thought the Jew must be destroyed, he answered, quote, no, we should then have to invent him. It is essential to have a tangible enemy, not merely an abstract one. So again, this whole thing about finding people to hate, and when you look at, you know, propaganda that's been used in the past, one of the big things that they do is dehumanize people, right? They don't even call, a lot of times they don't even call them human or people, because they don't want us, you know, they've done studies on it where it's like it's really hard for humans to kill other people when they empathize with them, and so you have to dehumanize them. And again, you can look around at even the words, and this is the really creepy part, when you look around in the way that people speak on social media or in the media, and on all sides, by the way, you know, where you see the words that they use for people. And they don't even call them humans, they call them other stuff, right? They call them derogatory terms. And one more part that I thought was interesting, right? He says, we do not usually look for allies when we love, but we always look for allies when we hate. It is understandable that we should look for others to side with when we have a just grievance and crave to retaliate against those who have wronged us. And so that's some ideas from the book. Very short chunk of the book. I mean, the book's not very long anyway. It's very short, but it's super dense. I remember the first time when I read it years ago, like I would read a section of it, and I would have to like sit down and like chew on the idea, because a lot of them, again, it's not a long book, but the ideas are very dense and they're thought-provoking. And so that chapter that I just read, or the chunks of that chapter that I just read to you, are pretty like indicative of the book itself. And so I would encourage you guys to read it if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I'll put a link down below in the description box. But let me know what you guys think. If you've read the book and you've got some ideas from it, I'd like to see what those are. Or if maybe it was something I just read to you, if maybe kind of it sparked an idea in your head, let me know what your thoughts are down in the links below, or not in the links, but the comments below. And so yeah, and if you guys like this format, we can do more of this. And I just thought about it. I don't think I've really shown you guys around, but this is part of the property that Jess and I got a couple months ago. We just recently had a Chewjitsu camp, and we did the breathing right over here, where we had some Wim Hof breathing and an ice bath and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun. We're gonna do some more of those. So if you guys are on my email list, you'll get notifications of that. So yeah, anyway guys, that is the video. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys next time.